Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Bob. In 1940, the Kretschy family in Ohio established a dumping grounds for people's household waste. Now, this was a year before municipal waste management systems, and so people had to find their own places to get rid of their own waste. The same thing for businesses. In 1940, they established their business along a river in kind of an out of the way spot between Cleveland and Akron. And it was 200 acres. Some of it was landfill, but they would receive increasingly harmful, hazardous waste from all of the industries that existed from Cleveland to Akron. You can think of all the different automobile industries, and by the time 1974 hit and the dump was closed, it was full of terrible, terrible chemical waste, hazardous materials. In 1974, President Gerald Ford established the Cuyahoga National Recreational Area that existed between Cleveland and Akron and happened to include the former Kretschy family dump. Thinking that that area would be easily cleaned, when the National Park Service really looked into it, they found that it was terribly hazardous. In fact, visitors to the National Recreational Center or area were getting sick. Now, when they started testing the water and soil around this former dump site, they found that the water and the soil were all flammable and highly dangerous. And so they began a cleanup effort, and they engaged the automobile agencies and industries, all the different companies that were part of contributing to that hazardous waste. They encouraged them through the court system, and then there was a settlement. But finally, everybody took responsibility for the waste that they had placed there, and all of these industries paid to have this area cleaned up. It took 10 years. And they removed countless numbers of kind of those big barrels of waste. They would remove 400,000 tons of soil that was too contaminated. And it's the equivalent of 20 feet of topsoil. And they would bring new clean soil in, and they kind of created this marshland, this wetland, and now it is a thriving national park where all these animals have returned and the waters are pristine. In fact, all of the area is so clean that the National Park Service says that you can eat the soil. I don't know that I'm going to test that out, but I'll take their word for it. But here was this once hazardous, trashy, waste-filled area that's completely been revived and has found new life. Sometimes we see a project and we think there's no way that could ever happen. Either it would take too much effort, it would take too long, it would take too much money, or we don't know how to go about it. We're underestimating the things that we can do. Here was this project. It took a couple decades to really get clean. It took millions of dollars, but it was worth the effort. And it has gone from truly an area that was dead and sickening the wildlife around it, even the people who came to visit, to something that's contributing and putting oxygen back in the air and giving animals new places to live, birds places to raise their brood. and it went from dead to life. And it probably was an insurmountable project, but it was doable. Don't sell yourself short. When you come across something that seems insurmountable, trust in God. God can see you through, even when it seems that there's no way it could happen. With God, all things are possible. Have a great day.